Hey everyone, Jefferson here, and I wanted to share with you something that I recently had experienced. I don't know if you've ever felt this way, just real tired, mentally tired, as well as emotionally and physically drained. Perhaps you've been asking the question, gosh, what am I doing, Lord? What is your purpose for me in this day in, day out kind of grind? That's where I was a few weeks ago after a long year, a tiresome year, a big year. My family and I moved across the country to a new city so I could pastor a new church. At the end of this year, I was feeling like I'd poured out a ton to others and was thankful for that, but I was feeling quite dry myself. So I texted a few friends who pastor at other places around the country and said, hey, would y'all like to come and join me for a few days? And they said, sure. And when we got together, I said, we're going to do something tomorrow morning in silence and solitude. We're going to ask the Lord to speak to us in a way that we wouldn't typically encourage people to do. I said, I want us to pray and to open the scriptures up at random and to say, Lord, what am I doing? Are you still with me? Are you still for me in this calling to pastor your people? My friends kind of looked at me uneasily and I said, look, I know we wouldn't encourage just anybody, any Christian to do this because you can make the Bible say all sorts of things that it doesn't say. But we're trained theologians here, right? We've been doing this for a long time. We understand the redemptive historical arcs. We understand the genres of the scriptures and the epochs of the scriptures and all these things about how they point to Jesus. So let's try it tomorrow and see what God does. And so we did. We woke up in the morning. I'd left my physical copy of the Bible at home in the rush of packing. I found a Bible on the bookshelf and opened it up, and it opened itself really to Song of Solomon's chapter 3. If you know anything about Song of Solomon's, you know that it is quite an intense book. It describes this love affair between this man and this woman and all these friends of theirs that are weighing in on this relationship. And honestly, it's not a book that I've spent much time in. It's always felt a little bit uncomfortable to read and to imagine that, this is in the Bible, one, but two, that if some of the ancient theologians are right, that it's describing Christ and his church and relationship, that also made me a little bit uncomfortable. But I hope the Bible opened up to chapter 3 of Song of Solomon, and there I read on my bed all night long. I sought for the one that I love, and this woman is just waking up to the realization that the one that her heart truly desires is not there with her. And that was kind of how I was feeling. I was feeling like, Lord, you've called me to this amazing task to pastor and to encourage and to lead your people. And yet sometimes I wake up feeling like I don't even know where you are. And in the story, the woman wakes up and she flees to the streets and she's asking all these people, have you seen my lover? Have you seen my lover? Have you seen the one that my soul delights in? And then when she finds him, she grabs him and she holds on to him because she doesn't want to let him go. She's so overjoyed that she's found him. So that was a beautiful morning. The next morning, I went back to the Song of Solomon and I said, Lord, I don't want to just have something for myself. I really want to have something to take back to my wife. She's without me for several days, watching our 4 kids by herself. And I'd really love to encourage her with something from the scriptures. And so would you give me something to say to her? And I continued in Song of Solomon's into chapter 4. And I got halfway through chapter 4 when I just lost my breath, because there was this sentence that I know my wife needs to hear. It was one that I know that many people need to hear as they've struggled with how the Lord views them, how the Lord sees them, and wondering, does He like me? Is He really that thrilled to parent me and to save me and to bring me into His family and into His fold? And the sentence was this: the lover's responding to the woman, and he says, "All beautiful you are, my love. All beautiful you are. In you there is no flaw." When I read that, something clicked deep down inside of me after years and years of studying the scriptures and years of proclaiming the scriptures and pastoring and counseling and loving and serving. In the name of Jesus, something clicked deep down inside of me that said, this is how Jesus, the King of Kings and the Lord of the universe, this is how He sees you, Jefferson. And this is how He sees every one of His children. He says, I not only see you as you are today, with all your flaws and with all your baggage and with all of your doubts and your fears and your faithlessness, I not only see you as you are today, but I see you as you will be one day with me in heaven, perfect and spotless, flawless, because of His accomplishment and because of His faithfulness where our own was lacking. That vision, that understanding of a God who loves and who sees not who we are now, but who we will one day be, just washed over me like a warm blanket, because deep down, that's what we're all asking. Lord, are you near me? Are you there when I wake up in the morning? And when you see me arise, do you actually like me? Do you actually love me? And can I come to you with everything that I am and trust you and follow you, walk with you? And the answer that I got from this experience was, I can. He is trustworthy and He does love us with a love fully. So I want you to be encouraged this morning with that, and to go this day trusting in Him and remembering how He sees you. One day you'll be with Him, perfect and flawless, and that is how He views you now. We'll see you next time.